Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CDL Live. Our July 18th game day about to begin, and of course, yes, there are pro games. There's only 5 game days left in the pros. But keep in mind, we are in the middle of the Development League playoffs. The race for the Soldiers Cup continues today. As a matter of fact, we could see one team make it to the Soldiers Cup today. Our game today being the number 3 seeded Edmonton Extreme on the road, or home actually, to take on the Cincinnati Tigers, who are the number 2 seed of the D League. Edmonton, of course, they've won game 1, so game 2, they got home turf. And if it does go to game 3, it would be in Cincinnati. But Cincinnati needs to tie this best of 3 series up at 1 to do that. We're about to find out what's going to happen. Let's just get you right down to the field after the intro here for the start of this game day D-League playoff action. It's the Soldiers Cup semifinals. Next on CDL Live. Edmonton Extreme, Cincinnati Tigers. Next.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start our July 18th game day, and what a better way to do it, okay? D-League playoff action. The Edmonton Extreme have now beaten the Cincinnati Tigers twice. Not in the series, but once in the regular season and in game 1 of this best of 3 series. The Tigers looking to avoid the sweep. Edmonton Extreme, what else can I say? They're looking for that tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row. Barney got shot by a G.I. Joe. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Edmonton Extreme looking for the sweep and trying to get to their first Soldiers Cup appearance. Cincinnati trying to tie the series at 1 apiece and send it to a decisive Game 3 back on their home turf. Let's see who has their way here today. Tigers Extreme. Game 2 next on CDL Live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CDL Live, the Development League's playoff Soldiers Cup semifinals. Cincinnati Tigers, the number 2 seed. The Edmonton Extreme, the number 3 seed of the D League. Cincinnati lost game 1 at home by a final score of 15-10. Edmonton looks to close out this series tonight with a 2-0 series sweep. Of course, semifinals here, a best out of 3. Cincinnati trying to even up the series and bring the series back to their home turf. Edmonton on home turf right now, trying to close it out. Let's take a look at these lineups. Cincinnati, the farm team of the Dayton Rebels and the Idaho Cowboys, come out with blue Z4, followed by number 6. Black stock at the captain's spot, and at 5-point gainer is Stingray to the home side of the field. The Edmonton Extreme, the farm team of the Portland Panthers and the San Antonio Kings. They'll come out with 16, followed by 1975. Kodak at the captain's spot, and at 5-point gainer, Dale Jr. Same lineup they used for the last game. Of course, Cincinnati did switch theirs up just a little bit, and this game is on here. Blue Z4 up against 16, and there's an interference called. See, one out, bounced off the wire there. Would have been 5-0 Cincinnati lead, but nonetheless, it's going to be a 5-0 Cincinnati lead. Blue Z4 takes down 16. Tigers up 5-0. Was quickly tied at 5 by 1975. Now faces off with 6. Number 6 and 1975 going at it. Game tied at 5. 10-5. Edmonton in the lead. One flip away from going to the Soldiers Cup Finals. Blackstock trying to keep the Tigers alive. Interference call. So go at it again. Still up is Blackstock trying to keep Cincinnati alive, and he does right there, rolling to stay up. But not that time. 15-5 will be the final, and the Edmonton Extreme are going to the Soldiers Cup Finals. Huge win for Edmonton. You know, I can make her celebrate. Alright. The Edmonton Extreme are going to the Soldiers Cup Finals to face either the Toronto Canadiens or the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Bulls. That game, too, will be tomorrow. Of course, Toronto will look for the sweep just like Edmonton just got it. Wilkes-Barre will be looking to force the Game 3 on their home turf. But we got pro games coming up on CDL Live. 15-5 the final here. The series ends 2-0. The Edmonton Extreme are going to the Soldiers Cup. We'll be back with pro action on CDL Live. Alright, we are here to continue the July 18th game day here. Only 5 game days left in the Professional League's regular season. Of course, we just saw the Edmonton Extreme make it to the 2013 Soldiers Cup Final. Of course, Game 3 between the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Bulls and the Toronto Canadiens. That will be tomorrow. Toronto looks to make it an all-Canadian Soldiers Cup for this season. But we got pro games about to happen here for our July 18th game day. And the first one up, New York Empire on the road to take on the Bradford Brawlers. And it's coming up next on CDL Live. Tim Geiser here with me. Alex Johnson here with me. Tim, you got a game coming up today. Highly anticipated matchup, the main event. Pittsburgh Destroyers, Philadelphia Demons. How do you get ready for a game like that?
Just let it go.
Alex, you're looking to clinch the Western Conference's first seed today. To do that, a win over St. Louis. The Blades get it done today. I don't know why they're shy right now, but I don't know why they're shy right now, but let's get down to the first game here on CDL Live. First pro game.
Alright, our next game, truly a David versus Goliath battle here on CDL Live. Our first pro game of the day, the New York Empire on the road to take on the Bradford Brawlers. New York last place in the Eastern Conference. The Bradford Brawlers on home field here today. They are the defending world champions. But, nonetheless, there's a reason why we play the games. The Brawlers looking to close the gap between them and Pittsburgh for the North Division title. And the New York Empire playing for pride here in July. Let's see who can get the W. Empire Brawlers next.
Alright, before I get this game started, I made it air. Game 2, Wilkes-Barre and Toronto, will be tomorrow's game day on the 19th. Toronto looking to close it out. But nonetheless, New York Empire, Bradford Brawlers about to go down. Shane Geiser's Brawlers, defending world champions, got the 4 seed clinch, looking to try to catch up to the Pittsburgh Destroyers for the Northern title. New York Empire playing for pride in July. They have no way of making the playoffs. Let's see if they can pull off the upset here. They come out with Diesel Boy Jr., followed by Enzo 1. But the captain spot will be Esprit, and 5-point gainer will be Tiku. Home side of the field, Spinebuster starts things off for the Bradford Brawlers, followed by Green Indy. Escalade at the captain's spot, and at 5-point gainer will be Dirty Ram. There we go, Spinebuster and Diesel Boy Jr. start this game. One collision, no flip. We got hard hits going on to begin this one. And it's going to be 5-0 Bradford. Spinebuster getting the job done there. Now comes Enzo 1, 10-0. Brawlers in the lead for the shutout. Esprit goes down, and Bradford has the win. Spinebuster, a beast this season, goes 3-0 in the Brawlers, shut out the Empire, 15-0 the final. Coming up next, San Francisco Californians, Denver Mustangs, 2 teams playing for pride in July. Next on CDL.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, our next game for our July 18th game day should be an entertaining one, considering both teams are quite evenly matched. The 2 teams taking the last 2 spots, being 20th and 21st place, or second to last, and last place in the Western Conference, go at it right here, right now. The San Francisco Californians on the road to take on the Denver Mustangs. Both teams playing for pride in July, and both of them looking for a win against each other. Let's get down to the field for the start of the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game on tap for you. The Denver Mustangs on the road take on the San Francisco Californians. Let's go ahead and take a look at these lineups here. Both teams no chance to make the playoffs, but looking for a win today. Number 4 starts things off for San Francisco, followed by Mach 5-2. No, they didn't beat Pittsburgh. Tampa Bay beat Pittsburgh. No, they beat Tampa Bay. Yeah. Black 3 out at the captain spot, and Silver Lamborghini takes 5-point gain. 308 will start things off for Denver, followed by Mach 5 at the captain spot. Will be White Ferrari and 5-point gainer, Orange Amity. Here we go. 308, number 4. Starts this game off. Kind of the CDL's toilet bowl here, but they go at it. Two teams that haven't done well this season at all, and they'll start off tied at 5. 308 and number 4 go down. Now the battle between the Mach 5s. Mach 5-1 versus Mach 5-2. Interference call. So here we go. Mach 5-1 against 2. So these two still go at it. Mach 5-2 battling with Mach 5-1. And he goes down! Mach 5-2 is down. So Mach 5 hanging on here. Goes up against Black 3 here. Black 3 takes down Mach 5-1. So here we go, tie game, 10-10 the score. Black 3 up against White Ferrari. And we are going to see overtime. Two of the worst teams in the West, statistically, the 20th place Denver Mustangs and the 21st place San Francisco Californians. And OT, Orange Amazon and Silver Lamborghini. And the pieces of shit collide, and it's a tie. Yep. It is a tie here. Not absolute pieces of shit, but 15-15, the final between the Denver Mustangs and San Francisco California. Coming up next, Boston Vandals, Detroit Devils on CDL Live.
Alright, another matchup between two teams playing for pride here in July for our July 18th game day. The Boston Vandals on the road to take on the Detroit Devils. Even though these two teams are playing for pride, they boast some pretty good talent actually on each end. Just weren't able to get all the pieces together this year. Boston Vandals, of course, with Monkey Ball on their squad, looking for a win here. The Detroit Devils boasting a guy that could come out Rookie of the Year, definitely a possibility. Black Dragon, he's done his thing for Detroit, made them a better team. Both teams are definitely going to be better next year, I would think, with another draft coming. We'll see where it goes. But Vandals, Devils, that game is up next on CDL Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. We got another game on tap for you here. Detroit Devils and the Boston Vandals. Vandals on the road looking for a win. Detroit on home turf looking for that same win. If we take a look at the standings right quick, both teams playing for pride in July have no chance of making the playoffs. Still look to get any win you can. Nonetheless, Boston, they'll start things off with Silver Swoop. Purple Indy will come out second. At the captain spot is Monkey Ball, and at 5-point gainer will be Red Medina. The home side of the field here. The Detroit Devils come out with 24. Ray Carrera at the middleman spot. Black Dragon takes captain position, and at 5-point gainer will be Sun. So here we go, Boston, Detroit. 5-0 Devils in the lead. Vandals are going to tie it with Purple Indy here. 24 looking to go 2-0. Almost did that. Purple Indy and 24 going at it. Good battle. And Purple Indy hangs on to get the tie in play. 5-5 the score. Ray Carrera now out there. Interference call. Ray Carrera and Purple Indy with the score tied at 5. Interference called yet again. And here we go again. 10-5. Detroit in the lead. Purple Indy goes down. Ray Carrera looking to end this thing. Not going to happen. Monkey Ball will tie it up immediately. And now Monkey Ball taking on the rookie Black Dragon here. Should be a good matchup, and Black Dragon gets the flip. 15-10 Detroit in the lead, and here comes Rem Medina. And no interference call. He is down. 15-10 the final. The Detroit Devils get the win over the Boston Vandals. Good game there. And between two teams that won't even make the playoffs. And it's just like our next game that we got on tap for you. New Mexico Monsters and the Miami Mafia. Now, why are there so many teams that won't make the playoffs? Well, think about it. 16 do make the playoffs out of 42. One of the toughest leagues in the world to make the playoffs. And I'd say the only one harder might be baseball. So, we get set up for the next game. New Mexico, Miami. Y'all stay tuned here to CDL Live.
Alright, cross-conference matchup. Well, there's 7 of them here today. New Mexico Monsters, Miami Mafia, 2 teams playing for pride in July. Should be a good matchup. Considering, look at the records, I mean, evenly matched on paper. Let's see how it translates to the field. Monsters, Mafia next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. It's not LCD. LCD is bad for you. But nonetheless, CDL is good for you. Oh, maybe. Okay, I'll probably never fuck another woman in my life, but here we go! The New Mexico Monsters on the road to take on the Miami Mafia. Let's take a look at these lineups. Yes. See you later starts things off for the New Mexico Monsters, followed by Patriot. Dragon takes the captain spot, and at 5-point gainer, it's going to be champion.
Desperate, I need to fuck your own dog.
Spread the peanut butter on the nut stack.
Okay, let's
The home side of the field, the Miami Mafia. Coming out for them first is Uncle Sam, followed by Mach 6. At the captain spot will be Monkey, and at 5-point gainer is going to be Retroactive.
Honey, get the peanut butter.
Can't do it if you could. Never mind. Here we go. Uncle Sam, and see you later.
Oh,
What?
damn!
Damn is right.
Big one. Woo! Uh-oh, Patriot Uncle Sam, 2 brothers. I'm sorry.
Here we go. Uncle Sam out there against Patriots. 5-0 to score. Miami in the lead.
He said you ain't getting me. Ooh.
And Uncle Sam goes down. 5-5. Close game so far on CDL Live, except for when Bradford just totally ran over New York.
Oh, he stays
Another
up.
interference. Game on tap here.
Damn.
Patriot takes down Mach 6.
He's
10-5.
sweet.
10-5. New Mexico in the lead. Make it
Said
10-10.
not today.
Monkey ties it up, and now he faces off with Dragon here. Monkey and Dragon going at it. Interference call.
Interference.
And they're both going down. This game
My man's
is
retroactive.
going into
I
overtime.
brought that guy in the league.
Champion out there for the New Mexico Monsters. And Retroactive out there for the Miami Mafia. NOT. Interference. Just barely interference against Retroactive. And he gets it the second time around. 20-15 in overtime. The Miami Mafia have a win over the New Mexico Monsters. Coming up next, New Jersey Bandits, Green Bay Dragons. 2 teams out of the playoff hunt. Go head-to-head here, trying to fight for some pride on CDL Live. That's next.
Alrighty, our next game here on CDL Live, another battle between 2 teams playing for pride here in the month of July. Neither of them are going to make the playoffs. The New Jersey Bandits and the Green Bay Dragons will take the field today knowing they won't make the playoffs, but looking to show that, you know, some of these cars, they just want to stay on a pro team next year. So, playing for pride here in July. Bandits, Dragons, next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. Another game on tap for you. The New Jersey Bandits on the road to take on the Green Bay Dragons. You take him to the boxing.
I'm so glad I get to do this.
Oh, we're doing Metalocalypse voices.
Okay, come on, James.
Wow, there's another game! And that game is Bandits, Dragons. No chance for either team to make the playoffs. Starting off for New Jersey will be Yellow Indy, followed by Cobra. At the captain spot, Kid Custom. And a 5-point gainer will be Silver Angel. The home side of the field. Green Bay starts off with Blitzen, followed by Yellow FXX. At the captain spot, the 1 and that 5-point gainer will be Red Fort. Okay, here we go. Game on. New Jersey on the road to take on Green Bay. 5-0. Bandits in the lead. Yellow FXX going at it. With Yellow Indy here, they both go down. 10-5. New Jersey in the lead. The 1 out there gets the flip on Cobra, and the score is tied at 10. Kid Custom and the 1 now, and Kid Custom gets the flip on the 1. 15-10, New Jersey in the lead. Looking to close it out here is Kid Custom, and he does. 15-10 the final. New Jersey Bandits have the win over the Green Bay Dragons. Coming up next, Hartford Homies, Milwaukee Mob on CDL Live. Stay tuned.
Alright, our next game on CDL Live, the Hartford Homies. They're holding steady right now in 6th place in the Eastern Conference. Got a playoff spot clinch, but they want to really pick things up. I mean, ever since the trade deadline, they only have a record of 8-9. So they definitely want to get things at least up to 500 and keep the ball rolling, because let's face it, you don't want to go in the playoffs on a losing skid. But their game today, by all rights, could definitely be a win. They take on the Milwaukee Mob, team that is not going to make it to the playoffs. Of course, they got some pretty good talent on that team, looking to show what they're made of, like new team captain there, Ratified. So let's see what happens. Milwaukee Mob, Hartford Homies, next on CDL Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. Tim Geiser in attendance, ready to see his team play here. We got his Hartford Homies up against the Milwaukee Mob. Homies already clinched a playoff spot, battling between them and the Buffalo Warriors for the 6 and 5 seed, trying to get wins and move back up to 5. Milwaukee here, they're at the point where they're not going to make the playoffs. They're looking to just get a win and just for pride's sake. But here we go. Let's take a look at the lineups here. We got Gold Dust starting off first for the Hartford Homies, followed by Gold Drakester. Hammer takes the captain spot, and that 5-point gainer will be Gray Ghost. To the home side of the field, Milwaukee Mob coming out with Black 308, followed by 80 Vet. At the captain spot is Ratified, and that 5-point gainer will be Black Spider. There we go, Black 308 up there against Gold Dust. Game on. And Hartford has a 5-0 lead. 80 Vet now out there. Interference call. Would have been a tie game there. And they'll go at it again. 80 Vet and Gold Dust. And now it is tie. 5-5 the score. Here comes Gold Drakester. No interference call. Just barely. Hanging like less than a centimeter away. 10-5. Hartford in the lead. Ratified will tie it up though at 10-10. Hammer and Ratified now. Hammer gets taken down. 15-10 Milwaukee. Ratified now out there against Gray Ghost. Ratified and Gray Ghost going at it here. Interference call. Going at it. Almost got sent into overtime. Gray Ghost here in front of his owner, trying to show what he can do. Up against Ratified. Good battle on him, but Gray Ghost will finally go down, and 15-10 will be the final. Milwaukee Mob get the win over the Hartford Homies, who've been struggling since the trade deadline, but nonetheless, yeah, Hammer, that's the thing with the Homies right now. They need Hammer to carry the team, and some nights you can get it, some nights you can. You know, going from a 4-0 night to a 0-1 night. But nonetheless, more action on CDL Live. Of course, Tim Geiser's Demons are in the main event, taking on the Pittsburgh Destroyers. definitely, so far, I have to say, the matchup of the season really to look at. But I mean, as of right now, those two teams, first and second in the CDL, and they play each other tonight. But coming up next, Seattle Lumberjacks, Idaho Cowboys on CDL Live. Stay tuned.
All right, our next game on tap for you, the Seattle Lumberjacks, heading to the last 5 game days of the CDL's regular season. 8 points out of a playoff spot, desperately in need of wins. Of course, that playoff race in the West it's nuts. It's crazy. Just go to the CDL website on FanPop and look for yourself. It's craziness. Nonetheless, they look for a win here today against a team that is simply playing for pride and pride alone. The Idaho Cowboys, no chance to make the playoffs this year. Looking forward to the draft, I suppose, to get a good pick, but nonetheless, they look to showcase the little bit of talent they have here today against a tough Lumberjack squad. See you can get the W. Lumberjacks, Cowboys, next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game on tap for you, the Seattle Lumberjacks on the road to take on the Idaho Cowboys. Seattle Lumberjacks still got that chance to make the playoffs in the Western Conference. Idaho does not. Needless to say, Seattle right now has 70 points, sitting 8 points back out of a playoff spot. The Lumberjacks much in need of a win. Idaho looking to play spoiler. They currently sit 18th in the Western Conference. I don't know if I said East, but it's 8 points out of a playoff spot in the West for Seattle. Idaho back in 18th. They're out of the playoff race in the West. So we get ready for this matchup. Team playing for a playoff spot, well, a chance at it. And then you got Idaho playing for pride. So big game for Seattle. They start off with Spencer, followed by 42nd. Buzz off at the captain spot, and a 5-point gainer will be Desert Chief. The home side of the field. Arachnarod will start things off for Idaho, followed by Blue Corvette, Red 07 at the captain spot, and Scorpion takes 5-point gainer. 2013, a year of rookies. It's 5-0. Idaho in the lead. Arachnarod gets the flip on Spencer. And Arachnarod will go down there. 42nd gets the flip. Game is tied at 5. And now Blue Corvette and 42nd will go down. The rookie. Oh no, I bet he's not a rookie anymore. But Buzzoff out there against Red 07. Buzzoff was a rookie last year. They switch sides, go add some more. Both these two talented. Both know how to get a flip, but Buzzoff comes through. 15-10 Seattle in the lead. Scorpion, he's a rookie. Out there, a 5-point gainer for the Idaho Cowboys. Trying to send this game into overtime. Can he get the flip? On Buzzoff. Don't answer. And the score is 15-10. Seattle gets the win over the Idaho Cowboys. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. More games coming up next. Roswell Aliens and Atlanta Avengers. Ignore the phone, it's a debt collector. We'll be back on CDL Live.
Alright, Marissa's Fox, Roswell Aliens. They sit first place in the Southern Division. 4 points ahead of Matt Geiser's Phoenix Firebirds. Now, they are on the road today to take on Matt Geiser's Atlanta Avengers. Matt's Eastern Conference team, his other team there, the Avengers, who have no chance of making the playoffs this year, looking to help his other team out. The Firebirds, of course, could definitely use the Roswell loss here today, and that's what they're hoping happens. The Aliens, of course, looking to widen the gap on the Firebirds. See what happens here. Roswell Aliens, Atlanta Avengers, next on CDL Live. And get this. Roswell plays Matt's Avengers here today, and tomorrow they'll be taking on the Firebirds. Just epicness. I don't even plan this stuff out. It just happens. Let's get you down to the field for the start of the game. Aliens Avengers next.
Alright, CDL fans, welcome back to CDL Live. The Roswell Aliens on the road to take on the Atlanta Avengers is our next game. Roswell in the lead of the Southern Division, but they want to try to widen the gap, and they look to do it against a team that has no chance of making the playoffs, the Atlanta Avengers. Let's see what happens here. Roswell starting lineup. F1 Racer. They are only 4 points ahead of Phoenix in their division. Followed by Dragonfly. Yeah, maybe so. At the captain spot, Spectate and a 5-point gainer will be double shots. The home side of the field. The Atlanta Avengers. Start off with Red Silhouette, followed by Black Marinello. At the captain spot will be Clown, and a 5-point gainer is Yellow Cobra.
Matt's trying to help himself out here.
So here we go. That's right, that is Matt Geiser's team. And it's going to be 5-0 Roswell, though. Matt Geiser, the Atlanta squad, trying to help Matt Geiser's other squad in Phoenix. It's going to be 10-0, though. Aliens in the lead. Clown now out there trying to keep the Avengers in this game. And him and F1 Racer go at it here. They switch sides, and F1 Racer is down. 10-5 the score. 10-5 the score. Clown trying to tie this thing up against Dragonfly here. And Dragonfly goes down in Atlanta on the comeback. Down 10-0. Clown has tied this game for the Avengers at 10. But now up against Spectate. So highly defensive is Spectate. Clown and Spectate going at it. And Clown will go down. 15-10. Roswell.
Every step of the way.
Roswell reclaims the lead, but here comes Yellow Cobra trying to force overtime. Heavy hitter up against the defensive ability here. And defensive ability is going to win the day. Solid hit. Solid hit by Spectate, and the game is over.
I know Tim made some Spectates.
15-10 the final. Roswell Aliens have the win over the Atlanta Avengers. Coming up next, Nevada Thunder, Chicago Wind Attack on CDL Live.
Alright, it's time for the final game of Part 1 here on our July 18th game day. The Chicago Wind Attack, on the hunt to win another Central Division title, would be their third straight, actually. But tell you what, the Minnesota Maniacs have not been making it easy for them. Minnesota, of course, the team that's 7 points behind the Wind Attack right now for the division title. Making things difficult on the Wind Attack. But the Wind Attack look for a win here today against a team that cannot make the playoffs this year, the Nevada Thunder. The Thunder, of course, playing for pride in July, looking for the huge upset. And they kind of play a little bit of spoiler. Of course, like I said, Chicago, a 7-point lead. But they look to widen that gap today. Let's just get you down to the field for the start of this game. The final game of Part 1 here. Nevada Thunder, Chicago Wind Attack, next.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Live. Our next game on tap, the Nevada Thunder on the road to take on the Chicago Wind Attack. Now, when we take a look at the stand-ins here, Nevada cannot make the playoffs, but the Chicago Wind Attack, a huge game for them because they are right now at the number 2 seed, and to have any chance of finishing the season first in the West and passing Los Angeles, they need a win here today. They need LA to lose really the rest of their games. But nonetheless, a loss here today will knock them out of that running for first place in the Western Conference. And actually, it will clinch Los Angeles, the first seed in the Western Conference. Let's see what happens. Nevada starts things off with 42, followed by White Indy at the captain spot, Yellow Spider, and at 5-point gainer will be White Lamborghini. The home side of the field, the Wind Attack, a favorite team in this game.
Start with Glitter, followed by R at the captain spot, and Inferno, and that 5-point gainer take away.
Racer X at 5-point gainer for the Chicago Wind Attack. So here we go, Glitter and 42 going at it here to start things off. It's going to be 5-0 Wind Attack in the lead. Now up against White Indy. Did he make contact over there? He flew over the other cars. And they're going to call no contact. It was made, no interference was made, so they're both down. White Indy and Glitter both down. Here comes Yellow Spider out here against R. By day, I mean me. I'm going to call that. This looked like he flew right over him. But now R up there against Yellow Spider. Interference call. Timmy might remember Yellow Spider, a former Philadelphia Demon. Out there against R, almost had the flip on him. R rolls up. They both roll through that one. Hard collisions going on as Yellow Spider trying to keep Nevada in this game. No interference, so they switch sides. Interference called that time. R up against Yellow Spider, and Yellow Spider does go down the Chicago wind attack. Keep their hope alive just a little bit
Back
longer.
and he like rolled to the side and he slowly rolled over.
Oh, Alex,
Put it on me.
Chicago staying alive on you, leaving it up to you here. You stop using.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So nonetheless, 15-5 the final. Chicago gets the win. Coming up next, Houston Oilers, Puerto Rico Players on CDL Live. Speaking of Alex Johnson, see.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh.